Hello y'all on YouTube, this is Rob with Rob's Nerdy Knives. Today we have a very interesting unboxing. Technically not truly a first unboxing. I got this at Blade Show Atlanta and brought it home. And I wanted to give my first impressions of this knife after I got it home so I could do a quick video of it. And I'm going to go through what I first thought when I first got it, because you had to look at it and they opened it up and said, are you good with this? They didn't just give me the box and take it, so I had to look at it while I was there. Very, very much focused on quality control, which, Vero Engineering I'm impressed with. So very, very cool. All right, so let's look at this. This is the Stonewash Titanium Lux. Now, this says DLC. That's not correct. But this is the titanium Stonewash. So let's take a look at this. So nice presentation, magnetic box opening up. I always love their presentation. A big bag, which I think is pretty cool. Has a nice big old patch on there. That's a different patch I haven't had before. And so here's the knife. And then inside the box, usually you get a silicone packet, it looks like, a little cloth, Vero Engineering cloth, Vero, and then one hollow Stonewash bead blast to Joseph Vero. So this is the Stonewashed one. I wanted the Stonewashed one specifically. I was very excited to get that. Typically you get the satin finish. And so they opened it up for me right there and they wanted me to look at it, so I did. And so here is the Lux. Beautiful, beautiful knife that obviously has been taken out of the pocket. And I did put it in my pocket for a little bit, just so you know. Obviously, because I was at Blade Show. Beautiful, beautiful knife. So you can see typical Vero Engineering, the clip right there, little kind of lip clip. Does get good access, hidden screw. Looks like T8s all the way around. Over here as well, T8s here as well. Does have their little hidden flipper tab. This is number 452. Has the front flipper and nothing on this side, but it does have the fuller over here. So, can you reverse flick it? I don't know. It maybe at some point, but it is Stonewash. So let's give it a flip. The flipping is and has been amazing. And as you can see, this is a hollow grind. Can you see that hollow grind? Beautiful, beautiful hollow grind. Nice swedge on top. Nice long blade. It is a drop point. It's not a clip point. I wouldn't call it. I think it'd be more of a drop point. Action is beautiful. Now I think I'm going to put Skiffs in this for sure. Hollow grind on the back side, you have the nice big giant fuller, which is easy to get into. And then the access right here, beautiful. Now this is the radiused kind of chamfering, and it's on both sides. I wish it was just more flat here, but it is all right. It's got plenty of access to get to it, and the lock bar is not super stiff, so it works well. Because there's enough access, I can get my finger down there and push it. It's not one of these where this radial cut right here digs into your finger. It's uncomfortable. Now, if you notice, there's this hexagon milling pattern on the inside here. Look at that. That's more, I believe, if I remember correctly, as Joseph explained it, this is more for structural strength. You do an incredible amount of weight relief, but the honeycomb pattern allows it to be stronger. And it's done on the show side, and then on the lock bar side, you'll see it. It's not on the actual lock bar itself, but it is up here. So nice back spacer back here that goes all the way through here. Got minimal screws, 2 screws here, and then you have really 2 screws here. If you don't include the lock bar. This is the over travel stop steel bar insert. So very, very cool. I love the Stonewash. It's a polished Stonewash. I don't know if you noticed that, which is really, really, really nice. Nice sharp edge. Definitely pretty, nice and sharp. So that's cool. And like I said, it's got good action. And let's do the front flip. Front flip's really good to get to. One-handed. Let's do that again. Easy to work. And can I do it left-handed? Absolutely left-handed. Front flipper there as well, and the flipper as well there works really, really nicely. Yeah, not really having to worry about my finger getting up there, so there you go. Beautifully dead-centered. I do like that a lot. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Nice clip all the way around. Chamfered, none of these are sharp edges. They're not necessarily chamfered, but they are rounded. So they're rounded corners, which is important. None of these crazy corners here that dig into your hand are uncomfortable that you typically get when you get these little corners around here. So that's really nice. I like that a lot. Nice flipping action. I think it's fantastic. Works really, really well. Action's smooth. Very, very nice. Beautifully centered. Yeah, this is a great knife. The weight is stunningly light. I find it stunningly light. And yeah, the lock bar is nice and thin, easy to get to. Nice thick blade. Looks like, you know, we'll do the full review and talk about the thickness of the blade, but it's not a super thin stock. It does stand out here. So it's a great pokey tip to get into your dog food, cat food, mulch, fertilizer, you know, cases of water, Amazon boxes and stuff. So this works out really nicely. Let's see, where did you get past the D10? So you clear the D10 about right there. Let's do that again. Yeah. So you can catch sort of right here, I think. Let's do it again. Yeah, so you got the D10 definitely feels like it's. Okay, so is there a ramp? Yeah, there's definitely a small ramp on there. You can definitely see that. Sorry, that's my head hitting. Definitely see a small ramp as it gets over. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that right there. See that small ramp? That's pretty cool. Very, very cool. All right, so I definitely want to put skiffs in this thing. So let's go ahead and do that. Should be probably T8s, I'm going to guess. T8 right here. T8s. 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 I wonder, is this a T8? One T8 too. All right, typically the non-facing side is not glued, and this would be like a captive, semi-captive pivot by being glued. So let's see if that follows true. It does seem to hold true, so that's good. Let's see, is this screw all the way through? Is it a long screw? Yeah, it's a long screw. So that's what's holding on to probably the lock bar. I wonder if they glued it on there. I've noticed Riot sometimes likes to use a lot of glue. And for better or for worse, we'll see. So does this come off? So that should come off right here. Ooh, so there's a little pin there. Wow, a really small pin that holds it in place. Interesting. So gotta keep an eye on for that. Don't lose the pin, that's important. Got a pin in there as well. All right, so very good. Ooh, careful, sharp little choil there. Make sure I didn't cut myself. I didn't. All right. Is there any captive pivot here? I think there is, actually. Hold on. Get my cloth here. No captive pivot there. I wonder if this comes off. Oh, it is captive right there. So look at that. Little captive right there on the screw. Interesting. So it is captive right there. Very, very interesting. With a little collar, pivot collar. Got a washer in there as well. Washer in there as well. So we can clean that out. All right, so let's look at the over travel stop. Very simplified over travel stop, which is nice. Nice D10 ball there. Easy access. It's not too out a lot, so I don't feel like it really needs to be tuned or anything because it wasn't crazy, ridiculous or anything. So let's see if we have these skiff washers. Let's measure that first of all. Let's see what the pivot is. Where's my pivot? Here it is. So it looks like it's a 3/16 pivot. Interesting. Are these 1/16? Yeah, 1/16. 3/16 pivot, 1/16. I think I should have plenty of those. Let's see. Don't think I need to multi-row, but there you go. Yeah, those multi-rows would be too big. All right, very good. They look like they fit pretty well. Let's measure them up next to one another. Yep, look pretty good. So you notice right here, OEM, they're not bad, but they're crimped over. And that's the difference. You get all this material that kind of acts like a well, if you will, like a little bucket. Whereas these are phosphor bronze, and they're milled out, radius milled out, and then they pop the ceramic balls in there, which is really, really cool. I love that. I love that a lot. Done so well, so well. Really do appreciate everything that Steve does with his stuff. That's why I highly recommend him. And I got to tell you, you know I'm affiliate. You know you get a discount if you use my code. But here's the thing. I would not stop using these whether I had that or not. That's just the reality. I was using these well before this, and I will continue to use them well after this if that ever goes away, all right? If Steve becomes huge or gets bought out and sells his company, I don't know, whatever. You know, I'm going to keep using these guys. As long as they're made well, I'm going to keep using them. That's the reality, because they're just good. They're just good. And to me, that makes it worthwhile. So, all right, so what I did over here, how do we get this on here? We put, here's the captive. It's a beautiful captive pivot. Look at that. I mean, color. Very interesting. So this does go in here like that. Okay, so then we want to put this screw in here, which is nice because that can be our captive part now. So I can anchor this in, and then I can always put some Loctite on this later. Okay, very good. All right, let's get some oil. I like to use nano oil. This is the 10 weight. I have used this forever. You can use, there's all sorts of different oils out there. I have some other oil that I've used before too, but whatever works for you, right? I think just use the oil that you're comfortable with. I like nano oil. I've used it. I've always had really good experience with it. It seems to work best for me, but that's my experience. You know, let your experience dictate what you're going to do. All right, so then we're going to put the blade on. So one side's polished. I'm going to leave the more polished side facing in, even though it has some lines on there. All right, then we're going to put this together, but before I do that, I'm going to use a little bit of 85 weight oil on top of the lock bar. Can we see that? Make sure I'm in screen. Make sure not do that off, because that felt like it was kind of close to being off. There's a little ramp right there, so very good. All right, so then I'm going to bring this over here. Didn't feel right. Did not feel right. You know why it didn't feel right? Because we're missing a washer. All right, so we're gonna let that sit so it can be nice and tight. I think we're all set here. All right, so that, trying to wipe the oil off. Oops, spreading the oil everywhere. That right there. That took the Rocket Glide Slide 3/16, 1/16 balls, 11 ball count, 0.189 inner diameter, 0.370 outer diameter, ball thickness 0.05 inches. So that is for the Vero Engineering Lux. All right, so let me wipe that blade off one more time. So very, very cool knife. We'll get a picture of that for Steve's Skiff so he can update the chart if he hasn't already. But let's take a look at this knife. This is the Vero Lux. Look at that gorgeous hollow grind. Do love that right there. You can absolutely see that hollow grind. Beautiful, beautiful knife. Here we are with the hollow grind on the backside with the deep pocket carry clip. Hidden screw, love that. Very, very cool little knife here. Well, it's not very little. I mean, we'll do measurements and everything officially, but you know, we are talking almost 9 inches, which it doesn't feel like 9 inches, I gotta tell you. It feels a lot. It feels like more like an 8-inch knife, but it's done well, that's for sure. So, all right. So this is the Vero Lux, putting in some Skiff washers, kind of doing first impressions video. This is kind of first impressions videos of what I what I first experienced when I got it at Blade Show West. And also we put in some Skiff washers here, which made this even nicer. Now I put a little Loctite. Now it's got to dry overnight, so then it should be all ready to go. But there you go. Cool little knife. Hey, if you found this content fun, interesting, worthwhile, or entertaining, would you please consider hitting the like button down below? If you've already hit that like button, maybe please consider hitting the subscribe button. Subscribing and liking the videos really helps out the channel, allows the channel to produce more content, do more things, grow, and ultimately do more things for you guys. So thank you. Thank you to every one of you guys who watches the videos, who likes the videos, who enjoys the videos, and who, subscribes to the channel. I really, really appreciate you. And if you haven't already, hit that notification button down below as well. That way you can be notified of future content like this video. Also, a big thank you to all the channel members out there. You guys are amazing. You really have blown me away with the support that you've given me and the number that you guys are. So thank you, and again, a big, huge thank you. There's a lot of things I wouldn't be able to do, quite honestly, without you guys. And so, I mean, or we'd be there much, much, much slower. So I am eternally grateful to you guys. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you've been interested and you're on the fence, you thought, hey, I'd like to become a channel member, I would love to have you. I'd be honored to check out that link in the description down below. There are 3 different tiers you could be. Would be honored if you decide to become a member for any of those. So thank you. And if you don't, please enjoy the content, enjoy the live streams, enjoy the conversations, the chats that we have. I don't want any of that. That shouldn't change, right? But if you're a channel member, a small way for me to say thank you is I do a once a month members giveaway. Really try to make that something special since so many of you become channel members. Especially as that continues with the number of channel members, I definitely want to make sure it's a special giveaway. So it's a small way to say thank you. Thank you to every one of you guys out there and tell you how much I truly appreciate you. So thank you, thank you, thank you. If you're a brand new channel member and you haven't emailed me yet, email me with your name and address. I'd love to mail you a sticker, a channel sticker, my small way to say thank you. If you get a chance to do that, please do. Just need your name and address so I know where to ship it. That's all. So thank you so much. Well, yeah, it's just a huge thank you to every one of you guys who are channel members, who just watch the video, subscribe, who are part of the live streams. I appreciate every single one of you. If you haven't already, check me out over on Instagram as well at robs_nerdy_knives. Again, that's on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day and a great week. Bye.